are here at REDinNYC. It is packed. There's so much noise going on right now. I pulled my friend over to the side, John Wallace. What is your involvement in the real estate industry, and why are you here today?
Well, I'm here to network a little bit more, try to broaden my network and my clientele. It's a great event. Integra, the whole blockchain thing that I'm learning about today has been awesome. I think it's going to change the future of how big companies do business and how they keep their intel. Absolutely,
amazing. And what do you think about really the future of transacting, let's say, real estate through blockchain? Do you see the future of that becoming really?
Well, I think blockchain is going to take over from the standpoint of it just makes it really easy to access your information, make sure no one can access it. That's the big thing. It makes sure no one can breach it, no one can break into your information. So with all the breaching that's been going on over the last 5-10 years or so, it's vital to have a defense mechanism that doesn't allow your information to be breached at all.
So what is the value to attending these networking events?
Well, it's invaluable. It really is. You meet someone, maybe 2-3 years later sometime, you run into them again, you grab lunch, and it turns into a business deal. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow or next month, but you kind of set the seed, you plant the seed, and hopefully it comes to fruition in a couple of years for you.
Great. And is there any advice you'd give to a young entrepreneur out there watching this right now about how to get started in real estate, blockchain? Any advice?
In any business, anything you get involved in, you have to have a tremendous amount of work ethic. And if you don't have that, don't get involved. I don't care what you're doing, you must. It's great if you love it, but even if you don't love it, you got to be willing to work hard as you can at it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here with Frank DeGrande. Frank, what is your involvement in real estate, and why are you here tonight?
I work for Pizza Rider USA, and we're building buildings in New York City.
It's phenomenal. And I know Integra, it's a new blockchain technology. What are your thoughts about blockchain technology coming into the real estate asset type of forum?
We think technology is the #1 and new technology, and we think it's going to change the way we do business.
It's amazing. So in your opinion, do you think that blockchain might kind of disrupt the title industry due to its kind of confidential ledger?
Yeah, we do. And we want to make sure that we're partnering with the right people.
It's amazing. And so, in your own opinion, what is the value to attending these REDinNYC networking events? I mean, who really should be coming to these events?
These Red networking events are great, and we think we're meeting a lot of the right people.
Well, what type of people?
The right developers, the right investors, and the right building developers.
And one more question. For a fellow entrepreneur out there watching us right now, do you give any advice to them, whether it's starting in real estate, blockchain? What would you say to them right now?
Work hard, stay steady, and try to do the right thing.
Well, thank you so much, Frank. Okay, so we are here at REDinNYC. I'm actually standing with one of the moderators that were on the stage talking with quite a few CEOs. What is your name and what is your involvement in the real estate industry?
I am Avi Angelakis. I do commercial real estate investment sales, and I was interviewing David today from Slate, which was a great interview. We learned a lot about what Slate has in pipeline for the next 2 or 3 years here in New York City. We focus as a company on investment sales, multifamily, development lands, hotel, motels, shopping centers a lot. And we love Red in New York City. I love Salman. He is a friend of mine. And great events. Tonight was a great event. So.
What are a few key points that you learned from the talk moderating and that you would like to share to people out there?
Well, I can tell you what I learned from Slate tonight. They have about $4 billion worth of projects going on in New York City. And that's about 4,000 residential units, which is pretty big, and it's great. I mean, as a broker, and if there are brokers in here, it's absolutely great to connect with developers And I saw there was a line pitching David because 4,000 residential units for us as brokers is a big thing. So, I mean, it's amazing. The night this evening was amazing with having him there. Yeah.
And so one of the sponsors is actually Integra.
Yes.
Right. So do you see a future in blockchain and real estate assets kind of combining and really revolutionizing the real estate industry?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about exactly how it works, but it's a new field. It's something nobody has touched before, so we're hoping that will be great in the future. So, yeah.
And what's really the true value to showing up, you know, tonight, this afternoon on a Thursday night? What's the value to attending REDinNYC?
Just connecting. I mean, I saw so many people being online and meeting with David from Slate, and that's big because these guys are so active in New York City, and they have grown tremendously in the past 4 years. Not that they didn't have the experience before. David had enough experience, Martin had enough experience, but it's absolutely excellent for brokers after other developers. It's just networking. It does only good to network, to learn of what's going on in the market, what's coming in the market. We spoke about 5 or 6 projects they have in Brooklyn and in Queens County, and I think it's amazing. So it's absolutely great networking with Red in New York City, I gotta say you. So Selman is doing a great job in that, I'd say.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we are here at REDinNYC. It's a phenomenal event. So many people have showed up. What is your name and what is your involvement in the real estate industry?
So my name is Jeff Yakimets. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Slate Property Group, and we develop residential real estate all across New York, Manhattan.
Let's get that. Look in the camera. Okay, ready?
Yep.
So we are here at REDinNYC. It's a phenomenal event. It's packed. The music is blasting. We are all networking. I met a friend here. What is your role in the real estate industry? And, one more time. So we are here at REDinNYC. It's a phenomenal event. It's packed in here. We can barely hear each other. I brought a friend here over. What is your name and what is your role in the real estate industry?
So my name is Jeff. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Slate Property Group, and we're a residential developer in New York City.
It's phenomenal. And are there any projects that you're working on right now that you can talk about?
Of course. You know, New York is really booming right now. We have several projects that are we're about to deliver. We have a residential building on One Flatbush in Brooklyn. We love Brooklyn. We love Queens. We love Astoria. You know, New York is really booming right now.
Amazing. That's really great to hear for our fellow buyers out there. And I believe Brooklyn is one of the hottest markets right now to invest in. No? Yes?
Yes, we love Brooklyn. We love downtown Brooklyn. We love Park Slope. It's absolutely booming. We cannot do enough projects in Brooklyn right now.
That's great. It's very exciting. So one of the companies that are sponsoring this event is Integra, and they're a blockchain real estate company. Essentially, to be able to, I don't know, we're going to cut this all out, but so it's a real estate blockchain technology.
Right.
In your opinion, do you see real estate and technology really fusing and kind of shifting the industry, or do you see it slowly changing?
No, actually, we really believe in the technology and real estate, the integration of the two. It's the next step in really where real estate goes. You know, between online shopping, brokerage, you know, document control, we really feel like that's the next step in real estate.
Phenomenal. And in your opinion, what is the true value to attending these networking events as, you know, as somebody of your stature versus the new real estate broker that's just trying to get his first exclusive? What's the value to attending these events? You
know, real estate is all about relationships. It's all about networking. It's all about finding the next deal, finding the next market, finding the next sub-market. You know, you never know when you're going to actually find a partner or find a new deal. And it's events like this one that where we really find that actual next deal.
It's great. Well, best of luck in your endeavors, and we look forward to hearing more about your new developments.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are here at REDinNYC. It's a phenomenal event. Actually, Actually, one of the sponsors is Integra. We are here with the one and only
Corey Gitschow. I'm the Vice President of Integra Ledger with our global real estate blockchain.
Phenomenal. So there's been a lot of conversation in the press, in the media about blockchain technology, about the future of it, the integration of real assets such as real estate, art as well. Really for viewers out there who don't really understand how this is really all happening feasible, can you go into a little more about how your company is kind of solving the problems in real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that at Integra Ledger, we kind of come out of it from a dual perspective. There's the obvious, what everybody's trying to look at is tokenization. How does that work with regards to assets? We really feel like there is a market for tokenization of real assets. There's other opportunity to make traditionally illiquid assets liquid through some tokenization. Obviously, there's a lot of hoopla around what the SEC is doing and how that kind of interacts. I think our stance is register as a security. That's it. It's not rocket science. Register as a security because you are a security. So we really have, in addition to focusing on the tokenization of real assets, we also actually started in the legal space with the thought process behind that everything has a legal context. Everything in real estate is a contract. So you're not really changing property, you're changing paper. So if you look at any sort of a legal document or a contract, we focus on the data integrity and the trust factor between disparate parties and really look to be that third-party authentication and integrate within CRM systems, anything that needs that third-party authentication within the contracting system.
That's great. And so for the people who actually don't even understand what blockchain is, in maybe a third grade kind of explanation, what is blockchain and what are the benefits of using blockchain?
Okay, so I actually am a third grade explanation person because I am on the business front of things. I am not a techie. I don't do anything. I don't code. I don't do any of that. I actually started in the real estate space about 16 years ago. And when I got into blockchain about 2.5 years ago, my immediate brain went to, oh my gosh, this is perfect for real estate. We're so disorganized and all over the place as far as, you know, how we interact with each other. There's contracts all over the place. Your version, my version, everything's red labeled. So blockchain has the ability to take away the trust factor that you and I can get into a contract or get into a deal and we don't have to trust each other. Blockchain has the ability to take that particular contract or that version and authenticate it in such a way that if there ever becomes an issue, that we don't have to trust each other. We can call on the blockchain to authenticate that particular contract. You can use it for title, you can use it, I mean there's so many different aspects of the real estate space that it is relevant that that was really my focus when coming into thinking about, hey, how do we start a real estate arm? Because it's such a great place for blockchain.
That's great. And what are your upcoming projects that you're working on that you're able to, you know, disclose?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Yeah. So right now we've really focused on bringing in. So we're actually the founders of the Global Legal Blockchain Consortium, which is now the third largest consortium in the world, with members everywhere from Amex to AIG to Liberty Mutual, and some of the largest real estate firms such as Oric, some IBM stuff. We've got Latham & Watkins. So really organizing the big players in the area and putting forth a lot of proof of concepts. Because being that this is such a new sort of the buzzword space in the technology arena, saying that you're just going to go after one thing and this is the one, you know, this is the winner. I don't know that that's the right approach. I think that there's so many different ways that blockchain can integrate that we've really focused on in an individual company. Where and what kind of problem does it solve within that space? So most of the proof of concepts that we've shown have something to do with version control, have a lot to do with like net documents is one of our proofs of concepts, and they really focus on signature authentication. There's a lot of different areas that you can focus on. So I don't know that there's one particular project that I think that's like the standout project. I think that anybody who's legitimately doing something in the space is experimenting. I mean, it's a new technology. So if you walk into it and are like, I'm a blockchain expert, well, yeah, great. I knew what Bitcoin was too, and all of a sudden I'm a blockchain expert. Not necessarily. I don't actually think there's such thing as a blockchain expert. I think that we're in an experimental baby stage, taking baby steps forward, but it is the future. It is where we're going.
Definitely. And for the people out there also watching, what is your platform help? Okay, one more question. For those who are interested in your platform, trying to say like who will benefit? Well, okay, right. All right. So for your platform, what type of clientele will really benefit from your new technology? Just for those who are interested.
Honestly, I think that there's many beneficiaries. I think that the developers can benefit through just clean documentation, the security of knowing that they're taking away some of the liability perspectives within their documentation. I think the end user, could be the consumer, the buyer, benefits from that as well, because we see a lot of litigation issues between a buyer and seller. Whether it be a commercial and or residential space, there's so many disparate parties coming together that I think that's probably our biggest focus right now, certainly within the real estate space.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
Okay, so we are here. We are here at REDinNYC. It's a phenomenal event. It's so loud we can barely even hear each other. We just met. What is your name and what is your involvement in the real estate industry?
My name is Kristen Scanlon. I'm with Exit Realty Private Client. I'm the business development coordinator in White Plains in Westchester, New York.
Phenomenal. Can you tell us a little bit more about the work you do, the clientele you serve?
Sure. So we have a residential and commercial team in our office. I bring business in, and then I also hire and train the agents.
Amazing. Wow. Sorry. We got all this out. Sorry. Okay. I was going to ask you about the market, but I realized that's not what we want to talk about. So one of the sponsors of this event is Integra, and it's a blockchain real estate platform. In your opinion, do you see being in real estate, blockchain and real estate really? Sorry, it's got to be a little more succinct. Okay. So Integra is one of the main sponsors to REDinNYC's events tonight. There's been a lot of conversation about blockchain technology, kind of combining with real assets, real estate in general. Do you see that as the future of real estate in the industry?
I think anything is possible, right? So a lot of skills you have are transferable. Technology is growing. So I think it's important to just be open-minded and be able to integrate anything into your business.
Would you ever accept cryptocurrency as a commission?
I mean, I think I'd be open to it as it becomes more and more evolved.
Great. And what is the true value to coming to REDinNYC, these networking events?
So I think networking is important and crucial in any part of the business. Connecting, building community, and just really learning who's out there in the industry, who's playing roles in it, who's developing. You can learn from one another. One door always opens another.
Definitely. And in your own words, for any entrepreneur out there looking to get into real estate, blockchain, do you have any advice for them?
Sure, just really put your mind to it. Make a plan, work the plan, and don't look back. Always move forward.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I hope you all have a great night.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm the founder and CEO of the Integra Ledger blockchain, which is the blockchain for the global legal industry and transaction sort of space for the world. So we're focused on bringing blockchain technology to all of the legacy contracts, lease agreements, buy-sell agreements We're here at REDinNYC. Obviously, it's an amazing networking event for the real estate industry in New York to announce the first blockchain wallet for real estate. So the Integra Ledger blockchain wallet.
Wow, a blockchain wallet. That's very revolutionary. I mean, for those who don't know, what is blockchain and what are the benefits of using blockchain? I mean, how will this really disrupt the real estate industry?
So most people have heard of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, maybe ICOs, and what cryptocurrency proved is that you can maintain value in these digital assets, right? And so what we're doing is it's a database technology with trust, right? So you take a copy of information and you copy it like 10,000 times. And that way, if anyone tries to alter one of those copies, the other 9,999 disagree with it. So that's how you create trust. And so we're bringing that technology to the world's contracts, real estate contracts, agreements, that sort of thing. So now, going forward, if you're using Integra technology and you use that technology in your contracts, you can prove the authenticity of that document, even between 50 parties, 100 parties, people around the world. Doesn't matter. Just like cryptocurrency, if you have a contract that has blockchain technology, Integra technology in it, it's authentic, it's real, it's provable.
So we are currently here on the dance floor at REDinNYC. I mean, it's a phenomenal event. It's so loud we can barely even hear each other speak. I understand that you guys are one of the sponsors for this event. Can you tell me a little bit more about you, yourself, and your company?
All right, so my name is Richie Dillon, and this is Gary Dillon, my brother. We own JK Concrete REDiMix, and we own Richmond Construction. We also provide ready-mix concrete throughout the 5 boroughs, and we do foundations, superstructures, shoring throughout New York City. And we're great at what we do. We're great at supply. Customer service is our #1 priority, and that's it. That's what we do.
That's great. What are some of the projects that you two have worked on together?
Some of the projects we're doing are in Jamaica, Queens, that we own and we're developing ourselves. We have one in Jamaica, one in Long Island City, and then we're providing concrete to Central Park North, West 48th Street, and 117 Harlem River Drive. So we're doing a lot of projects, and we have the capability. We have the trucks, the supply. We have the structure to supply multiple projects.
Phenomenal. That's so great. So, in your opinion, I mean, what is the value to, for example, sponsoring this event, or even just attending this event? What is the value to coming to these events for your own personal business?
It's very big. There's no price on it. We meet big developers out here, bigger developers than way bigger than what we are, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's all about networking. It's all about networking.
Great. Integra is another sponsor, and they're talking a lot about blockchain. In your own opinion, do you see the future of blockchain and real estate really joining together and turning into one?
Yes, yeah? I agree with them totally. I see a lot of blockchain real estate coming in the future. Well, my family ourselves, we own multiple. We're a blockchain ourselves. It's our father and it's my brother, my dad's brother's son. So it's multiple families getting together, doing big projects.
Great.
On a big level. So that's what it's all about for us. That's what it's all about for us.
Amazing. And one more question. For somebody out there, a fellow entrepreneur that's looking to get into the construction business, looking to get in the concrete business, real estate, blockchain, what words of advice do you have for them that's watching this right now?
Customer service. Customer service. That's what it's all about. If you don't provide customer service for the customer, forget about the next project. That's it. It's as simple as that.
Great. Well, thank you so much.